Another Brick fan here with a set from Avengers Infinity War. This is Thanos Ultimate Battle. This is set 76107, was released in March 2018, has 674 pieces, 3 minifigures, a big fig, and cost about $70 when it was released. This is one of 6 sets created based on Avengers Infinity War. I'll review the minifigures in a bit, but let's start with the main build. The theme for this set is the battle that takes place on Titan, Thanos' home planet. It's the battle toward the end of the film where Iron Man, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, and the Guardians of the Galaxy face off with Thanos. With only 3 minifigures, there are several minifigures missing, most notably Drax and Mantis. Doctor Strange and Spider-Man are included in the Sanctum Sanctorum set. So at least you get most of the figures that would be involved in this battle if you buy both of these sets. The Milano is pretty good size. It's about 3 inches tall, 8 inches deep, and 18 inches wide, which makes for a nice model. It does open up here in the front, and then this glass opens up as well. So you can put figures inside the Milano. There's not a ton of space in this particular model, just that one area there and then the cargo hold, which I'll show you in a minute. But what it does come with is this little kind of sled piece. So this has a handlebar piece on a post with a clip, which actually rotates because it's just in one of these blue Technic pins. This sled, as you can see, has some clip pieces in the back, and it does have space for 2 figures. So the idea is to be able to take the 2 figures that come with this set. So we'll take Star-Lord here, put him in one of the positions, and then it has these clips where you can put his weapons. So we'll put his blasters here. And then we can also put Gamora in here. So these are the 2, obviously the 2 smaller figures from the Guardians of the Galaxy that are here. And Gamora fits right behind Star-Lord. So now the little sled or insert here comes with the control stick, which Star-Lord can hold on to, space for their weapons and space for the 2 minifigures. Probably a little dark, but inside is a little clip piece, which allows you to push this back and clip it into the ship. So now we have Star-Lord and Gamora inside of the ship. There is some nice detailing on various surfaces here, done with stickers, as you may imagine. So these front fins have some stickers, which represent some additional paneling. They use these trans purple studs for some additional lights, as well as for the stud shooter here on the front, which was also used in the Wakanda set, Corvus Glaive Thresher attack. Here's some lights here, done in trans yellow. The sides, you see more of these trans purple pieces to add some pops of color. Fins back here are on the hinge pieces here so they can move. Little repulsor lifts perhaps here on the bottom that allow the ship to do a vertical takeoff, which is pretty nice as well. Looking around the back, we see a couple of more lights, some additional stickers on some pieces here, as well as the hatch in the back. And inside of here is the Infinity Gauntlet. So here is the Infinity Gauntlet on this nice stand that is built for it. It has 4 stickers all the way around the perimeter. The gauntlet does come off and can be used using this Technic pin to connect to the big fig. Each of the Avengers Infinity War sets comes with a stone from the Infinity Gauntlet, so you have to buy all 6 sets to get the 6 Infinity Stones that go on this gauntlet. This set comes with the red stone, which is, as I recall, is the Reality Stone, or the Ether from Thor 2. There's a little jumper plate in here, which allows you to slide this into place and snap it into place to be stored inside of the Milano. Up on top, you do see a couple more stickers here and here. Stud shooter course. So both sides are pretty symmetrical as far as how they're built, with the exception there's actually a sticker on this side and no sticker on this side. These extra wings here are independently posable, so you can do a little bit of posing or positioning of the wings themselves with these large back pieces, which to me look a little out of place until you bring in one of the nice features of this, which is the fact that a previous set, which is Thor's Weapon Quest, which included Rocket and an escape pod, the escape pod that comes with that set right here actually connects directly to this set. So if you move these up a little bit and out of the way, you see that there's some Technic pin holes down here, Technic pins down here. This section here slides right into the Milano and allows you to connect these two ships together. Now we can move these long fins into place. These snap down to hold the Milano, the escape pod, in place. And now you have a more complete look at the Milano. This has the advantage of holding 3 more minifigures. So inside of the escape pod, you can actually fit 3 minifigures, which is a nice feature, which gives you the ability to hold more minifigures. I did a full review of this set already, and I'll go ahead and link that up here on the screen, so if you want to take a look at that. But I do like the fact that these two sets go together, and I think it really completes the set. Lastly, there is a removable hatch here on top, so if you want to get inside of the Milano, you can do that. You also see a couple of more stickers in here, and you can see how the Infinity Gauntlet is there inside the cargo hold. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at the minifigures. As I mentioned in the opening, this set comes with 3 minifigures, which include Star-Lord, Gamora, and Iron Man in his Mark 50 armor. It also includes a big fig of Thanos. Let's take a look at these 3 minifigures first. As you can see, Star-Lord is in his signature red jacket, black pants, and a gray shirt. He has his 2 blasters there. I think the hairpiece looks good, and I like the rugged expression with his kind of stubble on the face, which I think looks really good. Gamora is in black and brown with a lot of silver accents. I think her skin color is quite good here. And the printing on her face is very accurate. You know, she has the twin swords. Let's get these out of the way. And finally, the Iron Man looks really good. This is the Mark 50, or the nano armor that he has stored in the element here on his chest. Looks very nice. His face here, one of the 2 faces that he has, all of these have an alternate expression. Shows the heads-up display from the armor. The torso print and the leg prints match up quite well on Iron Man, as well as for Gamora, making both these figures very nicely done with the printing. Moving around the figures, there is no side printing on any of them, but they do have pretty good printing on the back. All of them have alternate faces, so you can see Star-Lord here with his more angry face, as well as Gamora with an angry face, and then here is the Tony Stark face without the heads-up display from the Iron Man armor. All of those look pretty good. You can also see the nice detailing, which is very similar to the front of the torso for Iron Man, and good prints for the backs of both Star-Lord and Gamora. One thing that does come with this set is an awful lot of accessories for the Mark 50 armor. So let's take a closer look at Iron Man. So here is Iron Man with the extra thrusters attachment put on, and this is just done on a backpack piece, which is the, ironically enough, the Outrider piece that allows them to have the 6 arms. In this case, he has additional rockets that go on there. There's these blue, trans blue pieces here that go on each corner to give the impression of these rockets running. So these can be positioned all the way around the figure. There are stickers on each of these red pieces here. So those are done with stickers. There is also the same accessory kit you get with some of the other Avengers sets, which have a lot of these clear studs with a rod on the back, which allow minifigures to grab different pieces. So you can create all kinds of energy blasts and things for Iron Man. So here's the trans blue with the large explosions on the end. You can of course do these without any of the end pieces and just have the rods in place there, like we see here. Gives you a lot of flexibility in how you want to pose Iron Man. You also have these blue, smaller blue hand pieces, which can go right onto the figure. These are not the shootable ones that you see in some sets, but it does make for a nice effect nonetheless. So those are the different accessories that come for the Iron Man minifig. Thanos is done as a big fig. I like how it looks. My complaint about the big figs is the only articulation you get is in the arms and the wrists of the hands. He does have this nice big brick-built sword, which I like. I think it's a good accessory. The expression on his face is good. I like the printing and the ornamentation here on his helmet piece, as well as the printing around on his torso. There is no printing at all on the back, so it's very plain, just the different molded pieces. So there are 2 different molds here, the gold on top and then the blue for the body. You can take the hands off, as you see here, and put the Infinity Gauntlet on his hand. So he does have the ability to have the Infinity Gauntlet connected to him. Let's go back to the main set and I'll give you my final thoughts. There's a lot of small details to appreciate about this set. I actually do like this little sled that they keep the minifigures on. It makes it pretty easy to move the figures in and out of the interior of the ship. Although I wish the ship was a little bit bigger. There are 3 different minifigure scale versions of this ship. I think the first one that was released with the first Guardians of the Galaxy set is probably the best. That was set 76021. It has a lot of interior space, an awful lot more coloring. So it's done in the orange and blue. It's a really nice set. There's a picture right here on the screen. I do like this Iron Man figure. As I mentioned when reviewing the figures, lots of good accessories comes with him to allow for a lot of playability. Big figs are always nice to get. Thanos is no exception here. I think he's a very nicely done figure as well. Probably my biggest criticism of this set is the fact that it only comes with these 3 minifigures. I think the lack of having Drax especially, and certainly Mantis as well. It would have been nice to have included those characters somewhere in this Infinity War wave. Neither one of them is included in any of the sets. So you miss out on getting the full complement of Guardians of the Galaxy, because you do get Rocket and Groot in that Thor's Weapon Quest set. As far as value goes, it does fall just above the 10-cent per piece ratio. So to me, it should have been either included those 2 extra minifigures or perhaps been about $10 cheaper than it was. Like I said, it's not my favorite design of the Milano, but I think it still makes a very good display piece, especially if you add in the escape pod from the Thor's Weapon Quest set. I think that really adds a lot to this model and makes it look much more complete. I hope you enjoyed my thoughts on this set. I'm going to get to work on my next video. Until then, happy building! If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, and check out my other Marvel superhero videos in the playlist linked up here on the screen. Subscribe to see more videos and click the bell to be alerted when new videos are posted.